got your questions yet?
Yeah, I've got them. I can see them.
Well, you didn't say anything. You were still... Everybody, hello. Hello, I'm Ioannis.
And I'm Deborah. And
Deborah had this great idea. Sorry, what did you say, darling?
I said we were having a private joke.
Yes, we have. And we're introducing you to our channel, which is Deborah and Ioannis.com. Well, Deborah and Ioannis, Conversations with. That was the Yoda version, which when I did the logo, it just didn't fit any other way. So you've got the Yoda language logo. Deborah and Ioannis, Conversations with. Anyway, this is the introduction video, and we're going to talk to you about our range of playlists within our channel. Is that right, darling?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay, 3. And what are they?
Okay, so we've got Conversations with Deborah and Ioannis, and we've got Exploring the Nature of Belief, and we've got something about a fat Greek.
Oh yeah, my one. Yeah. Okay, so just so you know what's going. Oh, and one more.
We do. Oh, the journey. but we're not doing the journey yet.
Not doing the journey yet. Okay, so let me expand on some of those. Is Conversations with Deborah and Ioannis is kind of this, where we're just talking about stuff. It'll be stuff that's relevant stuff. We are. This sounds a bit woohoo, but we do feel, and we are divinely guided and want to remain divinely guided. We do check in on a regular basis, daily, usually, and just ask that everything we do is always for the highest purpose, and serving man. And it sounds so pretentious when you say serving man, but we just want to do the right thing by people. And use our time as best we can to help everyone, because we know how tough the human condition can be. We've both experienced it firsthand in a big way. And the other one was the nature of belief is going to be a small series. So we're going to have small series of talks where we unpick some of the ideas. And we thought belief was a great idea because a lot of people reach enlightenment through completely different routes. And we go, well, how does that work? And that's often because you believe it can work, and you have your set of beliefs, and those beliefs work for you and get you to nirvana. And we know even or they don't work.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
They either don't work or don't work.
They do. They're more destructive than anything else.
Well, that's right. I mean, and can you change beliefs? I mean, if you believe that something's white and it's actually black, and I'm not using that analogy for any other reason, they are just two parts of the same. I'm very yin yang. I'm from a Taoist background, but just in that, can you change? Can you eventually see black in white, or are you stuck there? And look, we've talked about this a lot because there's been a lot of stuff going on in the last 2 years, where we've seen some people are just not waking up at all. And you'd have thought, hang on, it's pretty clear what's going on is not quite making any sense to anyone. Anyway, so I won't go too much into that. It's just we look at life from a different background. It's like our telescopes came from different shop makers. One has one sort of telescope, and this is a completely different type of telescope, but you end up looking at the same thing. I don't know how best to put it. You do it. You have a go.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say we journeyed from different planets. That's how
we journeyed from different planets.
Exactly. And
look
that's a little bit of truth.
Look at the camera, darling. You're looking at the screen. Look at the camera so we can see your beautiful eyes.
Oh, okay.
There you are. Hello.
I didn't even realize that. You can see I'm new to this Zoom thing. It's taking him ages to get me on live.
Which is really funny because Deborah is absolutely brilliant on the computer, at computers, at all that sort of side of stuff. And yet you have to tell her, no, you need to look at the camera, my love. You're on Zoom. Try to get her onto Zoom. Anyway.
Yeah,
the last
that
one
was a challenge. Yeah.
That was a challenge. The last one is my big fat Greek ego, which is kind of, look, anyone, and here we are, evidence. Anyone that goes
poking
on,
fun at him, not me.
yes, poking fun at him. Anyone that goes on to this and does podcasts and look at me, you've got to have an ego. Otherwise, you'd just be sitting at home, just meditating or reading or doing your life. But the fact that we choose to get on the screen, to talk to you, and to air our opinions or views or help or whatever it is we're doing, that's just tongue-in-cheek about that. But also the big fat Greek business is one of my manifested dreams was to move to a Greek island, and here I am. I'm on a Greek island, and I wanted to share a bit of that journey with you. I'm also pretty highly experienced and trained and qualified on mind technologies and those sorts of things. So I've helped many, many people clear negative beliefs, smoking, all sorts of things. And you'll see on our sister channel, Guys Jam, there's loads of videos now. What?
I almost thought you said, I almost thought you were going to say, I help people clear negative beliefs smoking pot.
No. That's not a negative belief. But there are negative aspects to smoking pot. There are problems, which I can talk about from a lot of experience. But anyway, and that's my big fat Greek ego. So I'm going to just talk about stuff and how I'm going to talk about the human condition and how we can move from it. Because I tell you, I am so flawed. Was, maybe, it's better. And I've had to work through a whole load of stuff. And that sent me on my journey, which taught me a whole load of stuff. And that stuff I'd like to share, because I know some people are doing it hard at the moment, and we want to make their path a bit easier, don't we, darling?
Yeah. Very much so. I think we both share a sense of fun and laughter, which is important, but we care deeply, and we're coming from a place of heart. We're very heart-centered. And we hope outside of all the joking and the fun and the silliness that you'll get from us from time to time, that you realize that we genuinely trying to assist where we can. So all of this talking, let's get to my fun stuff. What you call silly.
I'm going to, I forgot to print them out, so I'm just going to print them now, and you're going to talk to everyone for a second.
Print what out?
Just print it. I've got to print out the question. Deborah had a brilliant idea, a genius idea for you to get to know us, we should ask each other a set of questions.
Okay.
And I thought it was a good idea.
No,
she does come up with good ideas.
No, you said there were silly questions.
No, your questions were nuts. The idea was really good. The questions were nuts. They were like a dating site questions, like, and they do, like eHarmony. Oh, we do. I forget what they call it.
I've never
character assessment. I know. Yes, but we did go to Spirit. It's not a plug. Maybe we should ask them for a plug. But anyway, we did do spiritual singles, and that's how we found each other. But that's another story. So, have you got your questions handy, darling?
Yeah. What is the last thing you ate? Which was your silly question.
First question. The last thing I ate was porridge. Organic porridge with organic cacao, organic maca, organic chia seeds, organic grapes, organic walnuts, and organic, what was the other thing? Flax seeds. And the weird thing is, I've just discovered this thing. This is the lovely thing about moving to Greece, everybody. They have a totally different way of doing everything, nearly everything. There's this stuff called musto. And I keep seeing it on biscuits and that, biscuit. with musto. Go, what the hell is musto? It's just the stupidest word. It's like musty. In English, you'd think, ugh. It is some sort of grape thing, some grape derivative. But I was at the health food shop yesterday, getting all this stuff. Oh, cinnamon as well. Oh, and cacao. Did I say cacao? Anyway, I was at the health food shop getting all my supplies, and she goes, "Oh, this is fresh musto. Oh, it's just been done. Like, you should really get some of this because it's like just been done and it's just fresh." I'm going, "Well, what is it?" She goes, "Musto. It's from grapes. There's no sugar." Okay, and it's a grape jelly. I don't know what part of the grape it comes from, whether it's whooshed out of you rub it on your wounds. No, you eat it, darling. That's why it's in biscuits.
Okay.
So
Next time I'll rub it on my wounds.
Yes. I put in my porridge. Anyway, that's the last thing I ate, and that's my morning.
Okay,
breakfast, really.
I also had musta, but real musta, grapes.
What's musta? Okay, darling. No, now be honest, because she can tell Porky's this one. For a God-fearing woman, she can.
Grapes.
What was the last thing you ate?
Grapes.
Grapes?
Yes, grapes.
Really? Oh, there
a
you
bunch
go.
of grapes.
All right. Question 2.
Do you believe in angels, fairies, and aliens?
Do I believe in angels? Do you know, I didn't used to.
Yeah.
I really didn't used to. I used to think that it was, yes, I know. I used to think that this is total woohoo. We used to joke, when I first got to England, I lived in England for 30 years, went over to Ireland. I had a friend that was painting the Coast Guard cottage in Ballinskelligs, which is the westernmost point of Ireland. And he used to tell me about the old bit. He said, if you see an old person with a shillelagh, which is like a walking stick, a sort of sticky thing, poking into a hedgerow, don't worry, they're just looking for leprechauns and fairies. I went, come again? He said, they're just looking for... The Irish take this as, that's, that's what they do. It's quite... And I kind of at that point went, because I really respected this guy. He was half Irish, but very bright. His dad was like the boss of the FT. He was I really respected his... What's that?
I'm putting my finger up to speak.
Oh, you go on then.
I do this.
Go on. What?
I just want to ask: is it a requirement to be like highly respected, intelligent? Then you don't believe in fairies, angels, and aliens? Just asking.
No. It's just the point I was making. That I went, oh, hang on. He's incredibly bright and educated, and and he just talks about fairies like they're. Okay. And the kind of there was my belief centers were going. Something does not compute. Transderivational search. What's going on? Johnny believes in fairies. Anyway, so that was going on, and then about 5 years ago, I moved into an ashram in New South Wales, in the country of New South Wales. It was kind of Hindu-based, but it was multi-faith, but it had an angel temple. And I'd kind of, just before I left London to go to Australia, this happened, I went to an energy healer because I knew there was stuff that I couldn't resolve from my meditations and the stuff what I was doing. Law of attraction I found there was still stuff there, and he said you have energy cords connecting you to people that have got some bad entities going on, and you need to cut the cord. So he went through all this, and I'm going, and he was really good. It was a fabulous session. I can highly recommend Steve Nobel. But anyway, he then said, look, your guardian angel's been looking after you for years, and yada, and that's how you got through. Because I used to do some very, very naughty things, very naughty, very bad. and could have died type of naughty. And I will talk about that maybe in my big fat Greek ego. But anyway, by the time I got to the ashram, I was pretty well, been meditating for years and yada, 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 yada. And then the Angel Temple, and I did this course with the Angel Temple. And anyway, it all happened. Angels all day long. Guardian angel, ayahuasca ceremony. Angel, my guardian angel, all day long. And then aliens. Well, here's the thing. When I told you it takes me a long time to answer every question. When I went down the alternative route of life, where I start believing in the system and stop believing in the lies that we were getting, and realizing it was all a complete matrix kind of front. And then, this is how beliefs sort of change. I'm kind of now, away they go, they're up here and they're there. I don't know, I've never seen them. I don't know if they're walking the earth as reptiles and having colonies underground, which a lot of people will tell you all that. I really have no idea about any of that. And I don't do belief much anymore. I just go, stuff is that I know nothing about, and that's the way it is, and I don't even get stressed about it. There might be colonies of bananas, intelligent bananas living underground that can communicate through banana sign language. That could be all true. I don't care, and I don't know. As long as they don't mess up with me, my God, and me and my baby, then everything's all right. But anyway, that's my very long-winded. You'll find that I talk a lot. Anyway, so does Deborah, and it's her turn. Go on, Debs.
Okay, angels. Yes, yes to all three. I love my angels, archangels, and the angelic realm, baby angels, tree angels, bird angels. I talk to all of them. I talk to all of them. So yes, fairies, yes. My butterflies come and visit me all the time. He thinks I'm a nutter, but I've had a lot of experience. Nice nutter. I've had a lot of experiences with the angelic and the archangelic realm and fairies and aliens. Yes, I talk to those too. That's going to get some people going.
Folks, regularly.
Regularly, yes. And
I'm surprised they haven't whisked her up there and given her a bit of a probing and sent her back. I have no idea.
Well, I don't discuss anything with you.
That's for another session.
Yeah. So all good. So what's the next one? If you could be anyone for a day, who would you choose? See, I did these things quickly.
Do you want to do? Go on.
No. You do it. Come on.
Well, everyone would sound pretentious, but there's two heads that I really enjoy a lot, a real lot. And one of them was Leonardo, because when I was a kid, I was so into art, and I found Leonardo and then his inventions, and I just went, oh my God, this guy's my hero. He invents, he thinks, he writes backwards, he's a trickster, anyway, I loved Leonardo. But the other person who really gets into my brain is Anne Nin. I mean, the things she says and her quotes are just so perceptive and kind of like be anyone for a day. It's just be in their brain for a day and find out how it works. I love that. I just love that.
Yeah. So for me, it would have been because of my relationship. I would have loved to be able to walk in the footsteps, the sandals of Lord Yeshua, because of the love and the connection I've always had with him. So if it was a human embodied on earth in a time, it would be Yeshua or Jesus. But if I go into my fairy world, I'd love to be a big oak tree for a day and have the wisdom and I can see you looking at
Hang on. Can I just check the question again? If you could be anyone for a day, who would you choose? Not anything, darling.
But oak trees, they live, they're angels, they are beautiful, they have the wisdom, they've been there for many, many years. I just love to fly in the wind and dance. Yeah. So yeah, that's me. A bit nuts.
and now you get an idea of what I'm dealing with, folks. Now you get an idea of what I'm dealing with. Just answer the question, my love. Yeah.
But my world is never dull and boring.
No, I can see that. Do you still beat yourself up when you screw up?
Yes and no.
Excuse me.
Yes and no. So yeah.
Well, if we're in a court of law, that would kind of not really work. But which one would you like to? Which one are you more leaning? And if there was a pendulum, which side would that pendulum be swinging to? What?
Now, when I screw up, I say thank you or gratitude. What is the lesson in this for me? What did I get out of it? And I contemplate it, and I give it love, whatever it is, and I send it back to source. And thank you, send it back. And so that's my life.
That sounds like a no.
So yeah, it's about if this is a balance and this is no and this is yes, it's kind of like, yeah, it does this.
Yeah.
So I've learned with maturity and wisdom, I've learned not to beat myself up too much, but to understand that it's a lesson. And I love that lesson, and I send it on its way to Mama, Papa, God. Yes.
Well, that kind of my answer is similar, although I arrived at it in a different way. Is, do you still beat yourself up? I really spent a lot of time studying Taoist philosophy and Taoist teaching, meditation. Anyway, guilt anchors you to the past, and worry anchors you to the future, and you're only living in the now. And I was a Buddhist for many years, and it just sounds like I've just been flitting from philosophy to philosophy, and I kind of have. But only because I needed to explore the nature of reality. And I would not get satisfaction out of one set of answers. So I'd need another set of answers. And some of you may understand what I'm saying and may be experiencing the same thing. It sounds a bit flaky because you can just go, right, I choose my belief. But as we said earlier, is sometimes they don't always work for you, and they need re-examining. And there was some things missing with Buddhism who don't believe in God. I do believe in a creator. I do believe in a creative force, and I do believe in the divine. And so that kind of, but I love my Buddha, and I love the fact that Buddha was Jesus' teacher. We, I think, have gone for this delineation, but I don't think it's there in the higher realms, in the soul realm. I think it's all part of a oneness. And I think this is man's interpretation to try and create division so it can have its own set of followers who contribute to the pot and keep these people going so they don't have to get proper jobs. I don't know. That sounds very cynical. However.
So now, do you beat
answer the question?
Up?
Yeah. So I don't. Cool. I actually I got to the point I like who I am. I know that I'm going to mess up because I know that's the only way I learn. And I don't call it messing up anymore. I call it now my learning, my classroom. The mess up is my classroom. If I don't mess up and I don't get anything and learn from it, then I've not been to class. I've wagged, as we say in Australia, or bunked, as we say in England. I got to be honest, and I want to be honest with you out there, and Deborah as well. There is stuff. So I occasionally get stuff that comes up from the past, like a memory, and I think this is only because now I have the emotional resources to deal with it. So you out there might be experiencing the same thing. I have stuff come up and I go, oh my God, did I really do that? Did I really say that? Or did I really do that? And it kind of, at a time, it used to kind of really cripple me because it'd be like a splinter in the heart. I go, oh no, how could you do that to that person? But now I just go, it's part of my journey, it's part of their journey. You know, we both might have got something. I can't, you can't beat yourself up, folks. It just doesn't, it's not a productive thing. So no, go on.
And you know that if you haven't dealt with something, in terms of wherever you find yourself, there will be an event, a situation, or a person that brings that thing out of you so that you can deal with it. So it just means you're going to continuously have to, unless you learn, you're going to have to deal with it eventually. So you being honest about that, I mean, that happens to me as well. And I've reached the place, the spiritual maturity, I think I've slightly evolved in terms of recognizing when there is a lesson and I need to deal with something. So yeah, it's good. So what or who makes you laugh? Last one.
Okay. People make me laugh. People are fabulous. People are the best things in the world. They are the most interesting, weirdest, messed up.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, by the way, I do drop the magic word. Anybody who's offended, I apologize right now. It does happen. I don't know if it's my Australian upbringing. I don't know if I just like the sound of those words. But anyway.
It could be your British adulthood.
It could be. There are a few comedians that I really do enjoy, but there's too many to list. But I've just got it getting into Dave Chappelle. It seems to be a thing. Anyone that walks away from 50 million, it seems to be, he seems to have really grown up. And he's a funny man, but he seems to show a lot of spiritual and philosophical maturity. And I know there's loads of comedians that are like that. I really love Kevin Bridges and a lot of great, I do watch, comedy's my main thing I watch. Sport and comedy, I don't watch any other television. And the sport's even narrowed down probably to cricket. I watch cricket and comedy. I was going to say,
why are you saying sport when it's actually cricket?
Well, I might watch the occasional rugby match with. Well, I'm going to watch rugby with you because yes, South Africans, Australians, Kiwis. Yeah. But rugby's even turned mental now, darling. It's so protective that they can't do anything. They get sin binned for like glaring at the person in the wrong way. You know, it's gone too far. You know, and I hate. The thing, I went off football when they started rolling around, clutching their face when someone had sort of just wafted their elbow in their general direction. You know, and you go, dude, there's 20 cameras on you. Everyone knows that you didn't get touched. What? Anyway, that's me. Yeah. So this is us, everybody.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to get in. Who makes you laugh? Sorry, darling. Who makes you laugh? Or what makes you laugh?
Yeah, I had to think hard about that one because I laugh all the time. So people make me laugh. Like people, no, let me correct that. People laughing make me laugh. I love to hear people laughing, and then I really get into it. So yeah, that's me. And like all those comedians that you mentioned, like I have no idea who they are, but yeah, so I like to hear people laughing, and it's contagious. That laughter is contagious, so that's what makes me laugh.
I don't know if you heard. Did you hear that megaphone out there?
No.
I don't know if you. Okay, so let me tell you, as you'll get this in my Big Fat Greek Ego, but because I live in a village on a hillside village, people, they don't have the shop, so they drive around in vans with megaphones, and sometimes they're speaking into the megaphone while they're driving and on the phone on a mountain road, but sometimes they have a recording, and they sell chickens, pigs, eggs and fish and vegetables. The vegetable people don't have a megaphone. They just drive around these little vans. My poor dog goes crazy because suddenly someone's shouting, it's a van. Anyway, village life is hilarious. So,
that's
yeah,
it.
have we finished?
We've got it under our belt. Yeah, we answered all the questions.
I think everyone, if they haven't worked us out by now, they're never going to work us out.
They're either going to say, listen, these two are nuts, which we are, but nice nuts. They're either going to subscribe and like and notify and do all those things, or they're going to run a mile. So we hope you don't run a mile.
Sorry, the trucks. And anyway, what we're saying, what it's about, why we're here is we're introducing you to all our playlists. And the channel is Deborah and Ioannis, Conversations with Deborah and Ioannis. And there's going to be a range of stuff. And we're serious in helping light holders and people that want to learn more about the human condition, how to and just get over this life, this not get over this thing called life. What is it, darling? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, we're just waffling on at the moment.
That's why we've started all these channels, so we can waffle in public. So if you're into waffles, come to us. We do waffle really well.
We're geniuses and pros at waffling.
Yes.
No, if you want a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of fun, a little bit of just down to earth, friendly, loving people, you'll find us at Conversations with Deborah and Ioannis. We don't actually know what we're doing. This is our first video.
We don't know what we're doing, but we are on, and we are seriously on.
People don't know what they're doing on YouTube.
And it seems to work for them.
Joining the club.
But we are on our spiritual journey, and we kind of want you to come along with us, or we help you with your spiritual. When I say help you, just by seeing, maybe observing us, how we manage bits on our spiritual journey, might help you with your spiritual journey, because everybody is on a journey.
Yeah, we want to share our journey, and we want to, because this is a spiritual calling for us. We have other channels. We didn't even mention that. We have a channel called Remembering I Am and the Ascended Masters. We've got Gaia's Jam, and that was divinely guided, and we were asked to put them up, and this is just a progression from there. And we'll see where we go. I think that's about it.
Yep, but we can only go there with your support. So if you've liked what you've seen today, please do subscribe and share with your friends. We can guarantee you it may not be the most informative. No, it will be informative, but it will definitely be a laugh. So
love you.
We have to see you.
All. Lots and lots. Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye you.
Have you pressed the stop button, darling?
Yeah.
I'm frozen. You haven't, have you?